Mama Vena Kli-Adzima shrine. There's a festival going on as we inform you from about 2 or 3 weeks ago that we going to be like Klikor. So everything that will be going on concerning our tradition, where we are coming from the body about our culture and our tradition is what I did to you every blessed day on this particular channel. So just as I said earlier on, the forecourt of Mama Shrine. That's where we are right now. As you can see around the beautiful things around here. So the festival has already taken on, has already commenced, and then we started from yesterday. But today, being the 4th, and then tomorrow being the 5th of August, and the main event. So as we are here today, we have one of the great men around us that he knows the in and out of whatever is about to happen today, tomorrow, and the day that follows. So we'll be getting close to him so that we can start our conversation with him. So just join me as we welcome our guest into the house. So you are welcome to Kabachati.
Thank you.
So why are you shocked? I mentioned the name of you.
Toby has 2 names.
Okay.
A grandfather and a kid.
Okay.
So if you're referring to me as a Toby,
Okay, so I'll take it. I'm going for the grandfather.
yes. So I have grandchildren, therefore you are not wrong.
Oh, all right. Okay.
And Toby is also referred to the traditional village, the king of the community. So I don't assume the name Toby. But if you call me Toby, you are not wrong because calling me by the expense of my age. That's why you mentioned my name so that you know I'm wrong. I am godly that is what it is. So to your viewers, you are very welcome to Klikor, and this is Klikor, one part of the community, and we'll be moving towards the Kli-Adzima temple. And as you can see, the festival has been dubbed as Kli-Adzima Mama Vena Festival is already rolling. A few days ago, activities have started, and yesterday and today, activities are moving on. People are taking places already for their own merchandise. The celebration rituals and stuff like that. But it's a holistic sort of a situation where people cash in to make some small money as they bring their wares, for sale. You can see beautiful beads, all display, and jewelry and stuff like that. So everybody is here to make business and at the same time, reinforce their spirituality. So before we go in for the spiritual aspect of it, we'll be moving on. Today is a day dedicated for Balili.
So before you continue, from the beef, another thing that has been set up here, when the sales is made, does it go into the coffers of the shrine,
No,
or
not
these
at
are the
all. These are
personal?
individual business women and
Okay.
men.
Okay.
It doesn't go like that.
Okay.
So everybody is here to take advantage of the festival and make some small money. I mean, for festival, Klikor is there. It's a citadel for everybody. You can come and make business. You can come and supplicate. You can come and intervene for somebody who has some spiritual issues.
Okay.
So it's an open area where everybody comes to go, especially when it comes to festivals like this. So therefore, people are here to make their own businesses, and this is a way to improve upon their domestic economy. So that is what it is. So you can see a lot of people just who are selling, beads and jewelries and food, fishes, kebab and stuff.
Just like I
So
see
you
all
can
this
see,
people.
you can see all around.
Okay.
And these people, some of them are not the indigents of Klikor, but they are coming from afar just to take advantage of the celebration, because a lot of people are going to come and they will need beads to decorate themselves and dress well. Some will come, and as a matter of fact, human beings, they need food to eat and they have to sustain themselves.
Okay.
So that's why you can see food and stuff like that. When you are as a traditional in Bio society, we are always dealing with traditional items. So you can see right here,
Yeah.
we have willow bags.
Okay.
That is traditionally acceptable in everything that we do. And you can see the calabashes. The calabashes are vital, instruments or items that are used mostly in the shrine and every spiritual space.
Okay.
Therefore, they are all here. And somebody may come and need calabash to do some one or two rituals, and this is where you can find.
I think those who will be partaking in the Balili will need
Of course,
this
they will need
object,
this
the
calabash because it
calabash,
is in the calabash that they need
the
the
clay,
clay
and then
and stuff like that.
okay,
And calabash, gone are the days we don't have plastics. There was no bottle. There was nothing like, these are the vessels that our ancestors used, either for drinking, storage of water and stuff like that.
okay,
Eating from food.
all right.
And these bags are also bags that are they keep, today we don't talk about this thing, but we talk about purse, we talk about
Handbags,
handbags
yeah,
and,
okay,
things like that. But formally, and, gone are the days, these were the kind of,
the bags they use.
compartment that our ancestors used to keep their wealth.
Okay,
So, but still, it is in use.
okay,
And I can see contemporary people are resorting to,
all right,
this kind of things just
okay.
to, commemorate what our great grandfathers have, set up for us.
We will be going deep into the main event for today. But before then, I want to know, or me and my viewers want to know the meaning of the clay, Mama Ajema. The name, what does it actually stand for?
The name Kli is a deity
Mhm.
that ancestors brought with them from, during their exodus to where we are today through Moche and the recent, you know, place that they came from to where we are today
Okay.
is Moche. So Moche has a deity that the grandfather called Togi Kli.
Mhm.
So when you go to Moche today, you'll see a suburb of Moche where the Kli, descendants are, where we call Klikor. So when you go to Moche today, you see a suburb or you go to a suburb called Klikor.
Okay.
And if the Moche people are celebrating their Bobozan,
Mhm.
when we go as Kleviao, we go to, they host us in Klikor.
Okay.
So Kli is a deity, and we have his temple in Klikor right now.
Okay.
And Ajima is the deity that controls the community as the main deity that controls the community. And Mama Vena is the wife of Togi Ajima.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
Togi Ajima is the male counterpart, Mama Vena is the female counterpart.
Okay.
All the festival involves around this spiritual deity. And this is the reason why we named the festival Kli Ajima
Ajema,
Mama
Mama
Vena
Vena.
Festival.
Okay. I see. Okay. So Toby, I want to know again. Uh, we know that this particular tradition or this particular festival is in two dimensions, where the Afagame and then that of Abuchivial. Why is it that it is not combined, but you separated it?
Well, the ceremonies are, you know, uh, not segregated, but it flows from one shrine to the
To
other.
another. Okay.
And we have dedicated days for certain rituals. And these days are allotted from time immemorial, dedicated to the various, Mama Vena and Tobi Ajima. So today being the day for Balili, for Togi Ajima, you know, today we are going to do the plastering and the cleaning and the cleansing and all the renovation works that needed to be done
Okay.
at Togi
That's
Ajima's shrine. And the next 4 days, we go to Ablotivia where Mama Vena shrine is.
okay.
And that is why we'll repeat the same process,
The
the
same process.
same
Okay.
ritual, the same everything over there. So as we speak, ceremonies are going on there, rituals are going on at Mama Vena shrine in preparedness for a Balili, which is going to come the next 4 days.
Okay. So
So we cannot combine all together because the ceremonies are in sequence and we have to maintain the sequence.
okay, you say you cannot combine the sequence. I wanted to ask, so like going forward or in the near future, do you see any change being like the two ceremonies will be combined together, like going forward?
I don't see a future like that because every you know In this context, I can tell you that they cannot combine the two ceremonies together because what is happening here today, different thing is happening at Mama Vena Shrine. You get a point. So we cannot combine the two or merge the two together. Therefore, it is like it's not possible.
Okay.
It's not possible.
Okay.
It's not possible.
Oh.
As for now, it's not possible.
So,
Yes.
okay. So this year, Balili and the Tagbayi, what are the expectations or what are the program lineup in the festival? So
Well,
our friends can follow us.
well, Balili, as I have already explained, maybe I have not explained it in detail.
Mhm.
Balili uh, is physically is renovation of the walls and the shrine premises.
Okay.
Cleaning, washing, plastering of the walls, and anything that will beautify the premises of the shrine and the temple is supposed to be done today.
Okay.
Even though a few days ago the men came over together and you know uh, did some of the cleansing, some of the
Rituals and other things.
renovations.
Mhm.
Today is dedicated for only women.
Women.
So you can see only women performing the Balili process. You can see a couple of men running among them. They are only supporting, but they will not participate proper in the
In the
Balili
Balili.
process. Balili is not just plastering of the walls as a decoration or renovation or beautification of the premises. It is also a ritual, a prayer ritual, purposely for those who participate in that. Therefore, we expect a lot of women coming from other parts of
Of the
West
world.
Africa. Talk about Benin, talk about Togo, Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria, Sierra Leone. They will all come together
Mhm.
this afternoon. And you can see all around, there are a lot of them already coming. And you
Coming
can
out.
see just a scooter driver who is disturbing, he brought some visitors already.
Yes.
These people, not only all of them have issues, but some of them are interveners. They are coming to intervene and step in for their siblings and stuff like that in prayers and in supplication. Some of them, the past years, they came, they do the Balili, and they did their own vows, and they have results. Therefore, they are here today to pay the results or to pay the vows.
Okay.
So you can see a lot of them coming and participating in the Balili ritual. Balili is a strong prayer session that I think if you watch it yourself, you can see that the mode and the mood of the people during the Balili is not just an ordinary mood. You can see people are seriously and passionately, kneading the clay with prayers and, chanting and stuff like that. So it is a strong prayer day for women. And you'll see a multitude of women. Some will be going to fetch water from the sacred well, and some will be going to the site where the clay is dedicated. They'll fetch the clay and they'll come back with it. And people will be here, women will be here to receive them, and they'll help in the kneading of the plate, the clay, to make the clay very soft and become a paste,
Mhm.
suitable for
For
plastering.
the plastic.
And this clay is so slippery and so mesmerized in the sense that when you use it to, plaster the walls, no matter how much rain that will fall on the wall, it will not wipe out. So it's a special clay.
All right. Okay. Okay. So talking about today being a dedicated day for women to take part in the festival that is going on. Last year I was here, so I might say I have learned something out of last year's program. And but there was this particular question I wanted to ask, but it escaped my mind. So today I have the opportunity. Let me ask. Being today being the day that has been dedicated for women, last year those who go in for the mud or the clay and then the water, I didn't see any young ladies among the women who go in for the clay and then the water. Is there any significance or any reason behind such occasions?
Well, I can tell you that one, you are talking about the youth.
Yes.
I mean, young lady.
Yes, the youth. Because I saw only the old women.
Yeah, the young ladies can participate in fetching of the water
Okay.
and the clay, but it goes with rules. And if you can obey the rules, then you are, you are qualified to go for it. One, if you're in your men's, you cannot go. You cannot go to the sacred wall. You
Okay.
cannot fetch that water. You cannot fetch the clay.
Mhm.
That is number one.
Okay.
Number two, the old ladies, some of them are, you know, I want to say they are devotees and they prepare themselves
For
just
the
for
occasion.
that. Okay.
Okay.
And because this particular fetching of water and fetching of the clay is a ritualistic process or activity. It is not that you do it with impunity, that you want to do it, therefore you can do it. No, you have to understand why you are doing it and why you are not to do it. If you are doing it in a way that will violate any of the rules, you know the ramifications yourself already. Therefore, you dare not. So that is why probably you don't see or you didn't see any, young ladies participating in the fetching of the water. To be honest, if you go fetch this water, you are not supposed to talk. And if you are coming, you have to be in a line.
I was about to come there and ask why, because during the process last year, we moved with the media, moved with them going and coming, but no one was given the chance or the opportunity to even question them or ask them any question concerning the process that is going on. So just clarify that for us.
The reason being that what you are carrying is so precious
Okay.
and it's a spiritual item. And the spiritual rule is you are not supposed to talk. And you are not supposed to, you know, you are not supposed to talk. The focus is you go in to fetch the water, you come back, and you bring it back and safely. One, if you have to be focused, spiritually tuned into the benefits of why you yourself you have devoted voluntarily to fetch water. You know the spiritual benefit you have yourself. In addition to that, if you are talking, our conversation ensued in, you probably would like to stumble against a stone or anything on the floor, which you must not. And you don't have to kick one another. The one who is ahead of you, you can't kick that person. And you can't wait for the one who is following you to come closer to you and bash into you. Those are the rules. So you keep certain distance between one another and you move in that solemn mode, going and coming. And these are simple rules, but it's very difficult for anybody who doesn't know the ramifications to partake in it. And in a situation like this, everybody is coming to celebrate for happiness and for peace and for prosperity and progress. But we will not expect anybody to come and have a problem or have an issue, maybe involved in an accident. If I say accident, maybe disobeying the rules and something untoward will happen to that person. So that is why if you are going to go there, we have women leaders who ensure that those who are going to fetch the water are people who understand why they are going there and why what they are not supposed to do. Therefore, that is the reason why you don't see. I'm talking too long, but I need to because of
Yes,
the
we need
content and
clarification.
because of the people out there who do not understand. That is why I am taking too much time to explain, things to you.
Uh, Last but two questions, then we'll leave you so that we'll dive into the main festival itself. Uh, During that time where the women were going for the mud and the others going for the water, I realized there is one particular old woman or old lady who didn't go in for the mud and the water. She was just around. So the rest brought the mud, the clay, and the water. She has to do all the process. Then after the mixing to form the mud, she has to pave way for the others to get the mud before they do the planting. Why is this so?
This lady you are talking about, this old lady you are talking about, she is part of the priesthood
Okay.
and a lineage to the shrine.
So a
And
lineage.
a lineage to the
Okay.
shrine. And her role is to introduce people or the celebrant into whatever activity that's supposed to be done. She plays the leadership role, and all the knowledge about whatever they are doing, she is the custodian of that knowledge.
Okay.
And she will pass it on to the next person in case she's no more.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what it is.
Okay.
Therefore, it is not out of place that you see an old lady. It's a role. I think last year we talked about the shrine itself, and I told you there are departments in the shrine that are led by dedicated women and men
Yes.
who head this department. I talked about sanitation. I talked about catering services. I talked about herbal. I talked about so this lady is also among those who are playing this
Holding
role.
positions.
Yeah. So her position is to teach and explain and lead in whatever process that women are supposed to do. You were not here 3 days ago. There was a brewing of the corn wine,
Mm-hmm.
and she has to do each and everything before somebody else follows. So she is the leader and the custodian of those pieces of knowledge that is embodied in the festival.
All right. So my last question then we leave you for. Okay. So viewers. Okay. So uh, Togbi,
Sorry,
I
sorry for that.
yeah, no problem, no problem.
Something
I
noise.
hope our viewers will also understand this, right? Because
Sorry. I need to put it up.
yeah, you are very vulnerable, so definitely people will
I'm
call
sorry.
and then understand what is actually going on. So Togbi, why that particular clay in the water, not any other water?
Yeah, I think I briefly spoke about the clay.
Mm-hmm.
The clay is not just an ordinary clay, but it's a clay that has been, you know, tried, tested, and that can stand the weather, and for that matter, spiritually dedicated. It's a grayish clay, very soft, but slimy. If I say slimy, I don't know if I'm making any sense.
Yes, that
Very
is it.
slimy. So when you use it to
Plaster the wall.
plaster the wall, it becomes mesmerized, like something which is becoming slippery.
Mm-hmm.
So when it rains, the rain just
Runs
drop
out
off
of it.
it. It doesn't soak the rain to peel off the walls. So it stands for a whole year. And you can see if you walk around, you can
Mm-hmm.
see that what they did last year is still as fresh
So
as it was done just yesterday. So that is one.
okay.
Number two, the site where the clay is also fed. It's also dedicated for the purpose. Therefore, you can't just walk around anywhere for the similar clay like that. No. The water, yes, the water is not every water that can be used for the rituals in the shrine. The water must be a special water. That is why that well where they fetch the water from is only dedicated to the shrine and the temple well. Nobody goes there to fetch water for any ordinary usage. Are you getting the
I'm
point?
getting it.
And to tell you this is the fetching of the clay is the rules that govern the fetching of the clay is the same rule that governs
The fetching
the
of the
fetching of
water.
the water. But as for the water, when they are coming from the well to the temples, they pass through the sacred forest.
Okay.
Ask me why they.
Why is this so?
Oh, you don't have to ask me why. I'm coming.
Okay.
Why they have to pass through the sacred forest?
Mm-hmm.
The port is open. There's no lid on it.
Mm-hmm.
When they fetch water on it and they move, it's open, no cover. We know that the air and the environment is, saturated with all kinds of impurities.
Impurity.
So when they pass through, when they are coming before they get to the shrine, they pass through the forest. And the forest is one, a spiritual forest, where the divinities' items are. We will be going there tomorrow.
Okay.
It purifies the water physically and spiritually. We all believe that once there are physical impurities in the air, we also believe that there are, spiritual impurities in the air that might find their way into the water. So the purification process is through the
The
forest,
forest
through the
before
shrine.
it gets to the front. Okay.
You
All
get
right.
a point.
I get it.
That is it.
All right. So the prayer section. Those who are here are already here. What of those who will not be able to make it to this place? Is there any opportunity for them to, I mean, chip in within the prayer, maybe by call, by video call, or they might call you and send you something to do the prayers and another stuff for them?
Oh, that is what is called remote intervention.
Mm-hmm.
It's always done. It's always done. You are here. If you have an issue, you know this place.
Yes.
You can come personally, talk to the priest.
Especially our diaspora brothers and
The
sisters.
diaspora brothers are free to communicate with any of us. You know, as we speak, your media can establish or feature my phone number on your screen. As they are watching me right now, they can contact me and I'll stand in as an interface between the diaspora as always being done.
Bring that.
Because some of us, we have connections and networks all over the world. So those who are seeing me for the first time on this network should take advantage of this
Okay.
and, get in touch with me. And there's always a way to help one another.
It's two sessions, so even if they miss this one, maybe
Even if they
probably
miss
four
this
days
mission,
later.
4 days later,
Yeah.
when they see when the network is logged on and it's uploaded or the footage is uploaded and they see it, they are always welcome.
Okay.
They can
All right.
call me and whatever their issue is, I'll help them. I
Without
will not
waste,
help them myself, but I will interface and
you do the
no, no,
intervention
no,
for
no,
you.
bring their issues to the priest for the divinity to take care of.
Okay. Without miss,
I'm saying this because I am not the power.
oh, of
The
course.
power is here.
Okay.
So they should understand me.
All right. So without wasting much of your time, we'll leave you for now. Then, if something escaped our mind, we still need to know. We'll get back to you.
But you are talking about the first, we haven't finished. We are only talking
Really?
about the Balili. We
Okay.
haven't talked
So
about what is going to happen tomorrow.
okay. So what? No, it's because today is for the women. We wanted to finish everything up today, but you can still continue though.
But you know what? I
Mhm.
want to make this clear
Okay.
to the viewers that the number of women, the multitude of women they may be seeing, you know, and a couple of hours' time
Mhm.
are not only people who are coming from the villages or the countryside.
Okay.
They are learned people. Some of them are graduates. Some of them are, big time business women, technocrats and stuff like that. And they are not just women. You see them with their wrapper at the top of their breast, and you think they are from the village. No, they are not from the village. They are not from the village
Okay.
at
So means
all. Though some of them
most
are
of
from
them travel
they
just
travel
because of this.
purposely because of this. And ask me why the walling, the
It's
plastering of the
so
wall, they make
necessary.
the people personally come here to plaster the walls. And as they are plastering the walls,
Their
their prayers
problem.
is they are plastering the wall or they are plastering over their calamities, their adversaries, their
Yeah, tribes, this and
negative
other stuff.
challenges personally and for the family. So it's like, in other words, they are breaking the yoke
Mhm.
of spiritual pursuit and stuff like that. So it's not just a plastering. People come just to plaster on their problems,
Okay.
over their problems, just an erasing, erasing their problems and stuff like that.
Okay. All right. So just brief us a little of what will happen tomorrow.
What will happen tomorrow is also about men. Today is women.
Women.
Tomorrow is going to be for men. But that doesn't mean that we are going to clear all the women away. The
Okay.
women will be around to support as the men and the priests and the custodians of the shrine and the executives and the elders lead the procession to the forest.
Sacred for it.
It's going to be hectic tomorrow. For even you, the media, even you, your cameras, you have to take good care of
Look
them
out.
because the stampede and the melee and trying to buy space for one another and oneself is going to be something which you said you were here last year,
Yeah, I
so you
was.
know what I'm
I
talking
I
about,
witnessed
and I
everything.
believe you know what is going to
Now I have
happen
some
too.
slight ideas about it. How
Therefore,
to?
your gadgets are expensive. Therefore, I'm giving you, warning that you should take good care of them, because the people that will be viewing or will be, shooting tomorrow, you know how they behave.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to take advantage of the nearest place and want to catch the glimpse of what may be going on. A lot of people will come.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, other spiritual, people from other spiritual organizations
We
which
also
are
be
not
aware.
traditional will also be part of
Oh yeah, sure.
the program tomorrow. They might come as ordinary as I am with a wrapper around the waist, but they are also spiritual
Spiritual
people. They are
people.
coming from their organizations just to reinforce or ask for reinforcement of their spirituality. So that is the process. It's also a big prayer session that will go to the forest, and the priest will conduct all the prayers, and we'll live together. A lot of them to sit on the floor, sitting on the floor. Nobody is bigger than the other. We are all equal. We are all one level, no matter your spiritual, your physical, your political position. No, we are all the same. When you go there, whatever prayer, whatever you need, you supplicate it before the deity, and you come home freely. So tomorrow is going to be a very big day for the people of Klikor and the people from the diaspora and other parts of Ghana, and for that matter, Africa.
All
You
right.
will see men coming. Some of them will not actually from the community, but from afar. And each and every one of them are coming with a purpose and for a purpose. Thank you so
So,
much.
all right. So a little education about our culture and tradition. There was so that everybody will understand how it goes because we keep missing what tradition and what culture and other stuff is. So a
Well,
little education about that.
tradition is imbued in the culture. Culture is a big thing, it's broad based. For instance, if I say culture is broad based, a girl child born in an Everland or in Ghana has a ear to be pierced.
Okay.
A girl child will
Mm-hmm.
have ears to be pierced. That
Mm-hmm.
is part of our culture. It's these days that we see men also
Yes,
piercing
in the
their
yeah.
ear and putting on earrings. But our ancestors did not establish it like that. The same way every male child has to be circumcised.
Circumcised.
That is part of our culture. And you see the way I wrap my this
Your
thing
cloth.
is part of our culture.
Mm-hmm.
The 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 Indians also dress the same. The men also dress the same. And that is part of the culture. The culture, if you meet somebody and you want to greet a person, you move your right hand and you shake hand with the
With the
person.
person.
If you are in a group of people, among a group of people, and there's something going on, and you want to say something, you
Raise
raise
your
your
hand.
right hand. You don't raise your
The
left
left hand.
hand. But some other parts of the world, they don't take this thing serious. They can raise the left hand. They can raise the right hand. So many things that we do within our culture. Men have their way of dressing, women also have their way of dressing.
Okay.
It's our culture. It is today that you see women, putting on trousers and stuff like that. Formerly, it wasn't so. It was, only limited to men. So this is part of our culture, and this is what we call culture. And you name your child after your grandfather. It's also part of the culture. If you are in a car and women are together with you are not supposed to cross the barrier if the woman is not your wife. It's part of our culture. We respect privacy and all those things. And you know, have a headgear. Most of the times, women who use a headgear and beads on the neck, it's also part of the culture. The way we dress, the way we eat, the way we do our things. Even within our culture, there are certain works that were strictly limited to only men to do.
Okay.
But only today that we can see women, doing welding, carpentry, and things like that, because we are cutting across, just to make economic salvation.
Okay.
That is why. So culture is, but the tradition is that in certain family. In certain, countryside or village or town or, a community, there are certain things that they do, especially in the night. For instance, you are not supposed to whistle in the night. This is part of our tradition. Are you getting the point? And as a tradition, there are other things that I think we may need more time to go into because rituals going on here are traditional rituals, and it is imbued in our embedded in our culture. Okay, I've told you about, or I've just spoken about calabash and straw bags. It's part of our tradition and our culture, and still people maintain those traditions. They don't fetch water and drink water from any other modern, utensils. They still keep on using the calabash. That is part of our culture, tradition. And they are in certain homes. They don't sweep in the night. It's a taboo, but people make it a tradition in their compound that you don't sweep in the night because of certain things, reason known to themselves. So you can see this walls and the people around. There are people who are bare chested like myself. This time around, you are not supposed to put on your shirt, especially when I'm coming close to the temple or have something to do in the temple. I don't have to. It's a tradition. Okay? It's a tradition. Something like if you shake somebody in the hand, you make like this. This is a tradition. And it's purely Ghanaian and West African kind of tradition. Snapping of the fingers. It's not everywhere, but it's our tradition. So if you shake somebody, you make like this. Sometimes when you come to the temple and you want to make a prayer and the priest is not there, you can kneel down, you use your forehead and your cheek to the ground and your elbow. It's a total prayer. It's a total prayer. Your lips to the ground, you are asking for favor and favor from the divinity. That whatever you speak, one should be the truth. And second, to win favor from those who listen to you. And makes home, makes meaningful presentation wherever you find yourself. Your head forward to the ground, you are asking for wisdom. God, the divinity will bless you with wisdom. So wherever you find yourself, that wisdom has to go with you and you find your way out. And the elbows to the wall. You are asking for good health, and longevity, long life. That is it.
All right. Okay. So thank you very much for your time. In case something escapes us, we'll come back to you. Then you clarify all these things for us. Thank you once again.
It's reasoning. So for the sake of
Yes,
equipment,
yes. All right.
can
So
come over again.
okay. So viewers, thank you very much for watching. Just like our man said or our elder said, let's just keep following whatever is going on. We are going to give you a bunch. I mean, everything that is going to happen today concerning our women's and their Balili and the flashing of the walls, whatever they will do today, we are going to bring it. So just keep blue and stay tuned to Kabacha TV as we bring you all the happenings of the festival at Kli Mama Vena Adzima Shrine. Thank you very much for watching. We shall be back once again.
Are you okay? Yes, yeah. Okay. All right.
So at this point, you can see our mothers getting ready or preparing to go get the sacred clay and then the sacred water right at Kli-Adzima shrine. May you stay glued to Kabacha TV. We will bring you the live update when it's time to get the play in the water. For now, we are going off. Thank you for watching.